Hi everyone, and welcome back to Happy Place Creations, and thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to color in this colorful mold, or should I say cheerful mold, with these metallic nail powders. I want to see how they're going to turn out. So let's begin. Let's start with the sun. Let's pick this nice, beautiful gold color. Yeah. I got these from Temu. Oh, look at that. And let's see. Wait a minute. He's got some cheeks there. Let's do some cheeks first. Let's do them in this color. If I can get them open. And I'm going to use a micro brush because it's such a small area. And what good coverage. Just from that little bit. And I will have to do some cleanup in between. But I'm going to continue on coloring while I have the colors in my hand. And we got some more pink cheeks that we can do over here in the cloud. Oh, and this other cloud needs some pink cheeks. I just love having pink cheeks. Little rosy cheeks. We might as well do all the cheeks in pink. That way the set will match. And I think we got a moon here that's got a cheek. We'll get him nice and pink. And we got a couple right there. And I think I got all the cheeks. So I think we can put this color away for now. And let me get out my switching sponge. This is an eyebrow switching sponge, and it's an absolute time saver and a brush saver. And all we have to do is this, even on a micro brush, do it very lightly, and you can reuse a micro brush on for your paints or your micro brush, your powders. Sorry, slow mind today. But normally it's for paint brushes. We put it in a color, and then we can go like this, and then we can go right to the next color. It's awesome. And I got it at the local Dollar Tree, or you can get these on Amazon. Alright, now let's see what else. His eyes. What color do we want his eyes to be? He's a moon. He's a sun, so we want him to be bright. Nice and bright colors. So if he's going to be that color, let's put his eyes... How about we put him a pretty blue? I have two blues here. Oh, definitely. That is a beautiful color. But I'm not going to use that in any other eyes. I'm just going to use that in the sun. However, I am going to blow this out now so that we can start with some other base colors. So I'm just going to go over to the side. And blow this out. Then I have another micro brush that I'm just going to spray with a little bit of alcohol so that I can do a little bit of cleanup on this sun. Where I blew it out, it's going to blow this, you know, the powder everywhere. I'm just going to wipe it off with a paper towel. And then I'll spray it again. And go in and wipe it again. Now the alcohol will evaporate, but it is taking off that extra powder that I put on. That where I blew it on, I should say. In the areas that I didn't want it. I'll clean the cloud up in a minute. I want to get to the sun. Now we need to just fill this with black resin because that will bring out the colors. So let me mix up some resin and I will be right back. Alrighty, I have our resin all mixed up and I am using the brand Fast Cure, which gives me a 40-minute work time. And I am using my black Casting Craft Opaque to tint it, and I have mixed up 6 ounces. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the black, and I'm going to pour it into the mold. And as soon as it has fully cured, I will be back. And we will pop them out and see how they came out. And I think I'm going to need a pipette to fill this mold because I have some small spots to get into. And I think tipping this cup is not going to be a good idea. So let me get this black mixed in and then I shall step away for a moment to get something to help me to put the resin in the mold nice and neatly without me making a mess, which I very easily am known to do. And I think I need some more because that looks a little bit transparent to me. Oop. Let's put a little bit more in there. getting cold here in Maine, so I'm having to heat up everything. My resin had to have a little bath, a little warm bath, and I had to put my cast and craft in a little warm bath. There we go, that looks a lot better. So I do imagine I'm going to have a lot of powder floating to the top of my resin. So when we unmold, I suspect we're going to have a lot of powder on the top. But that is natural to have that happen. So let's get this in the mold. So I'm going to step away for just a moment and grab a pipette, and I shall be back in just a moment. And the pipette is loading and ready to go. So I have a couple of little ones right there. Oops, I just overfilled it. And I'm going to move over here. Let that settle while my pipette refills. Just push that into where it needs to be. That one I'm going to take a little bit out because I definitely overfilled that. Just want to scoop out a little bit and then just wipe it off. And then it will level itself out. What little bit might be hanging over the edge will pop right off. Just like that. And the pipette is loaded again. And I'm going after this snowflake right here. I think that can take just a little bit more. And I'm going to put it right in the center. And I have left some areas for the black to show through. Looks like I need to take a little bit out of there. I had an unexpected drop come down. But I don't want to take out too much because the resin will shrink as it cures. So the more that you can dome it, the better off you'll be. I just don't want to put in too much that it overflows into anything else. Let's go right over here. It's very hard to judge with a pipette when you don't use them that often. And I don't. I use eyedroppers or spoons. Now see what I mean by the powder coming to the top? That's what I was talking about. And I actually think I would prefer to get an eyedropper. So I am going to step away again and get an eyedropper. I prefer this method. It's quicker and I can control it more. And these are easily cleaned out with a little bit of alcohol. And I find with a pipette it takes longer to fill up than it does with a eyedropper. Of course, these are larger eyedroppers. But everybody has their own preference. There are so many different tools out there that are available for crafters that we all have our own different preferences of what we use. Don't ever not try something because you fear it, because it may work out for you. And I haven't sprayed this mold with alcohol simply because I have put all this powder in. And I think I mixed up too much resin, so we will have to find something to do with the extras. But I'm not finished yet, so we'll see. And there we have it. Now I just need to find something to do with this rest of this resin. So when this is cured, I will be back. And all our items are all cured. Are you ready to see how they came out? I did want to show you, this is what I meant by powder floating to the top. This is just extra powder that I didn't clean out of the mold very well. And that's what happens. But let's get going. I'm excited to see how these colors come out. Ooh. Well, there's that color. It's actually 3 different colors, but because I colored over the back, it changed the color of the front ones. And see, there's a little bit of overpour. And that just snaps right off. Just like that. Or you can take your, let me see, where is my, probably behind me. And it is. Just take your cuticle cutters and just go nice and easy on the side, and that will just take off this overflow like so. And then we'll have a nice smooth side. Like that. See how nice and clear that is? And then I can do that all the way around. But I can do that later. Let's get to the rest of these. Let's check out this big cloud. There's that color. Now the difference in the colors is because of my brush stroke. But that's kind of cute. Let's go to this big cloud. Now that one's cute. Now look at that one. That is a pretty color purple. And we get a little bit of overflow. And once again, we just take our cuticle cutters. Or we can take our emery board and just go like this very lightly. But you do want to do it at an angle so that you're not scraping the side of your item. And then that also gets rid of that edge. Let me see if I can turn it now. See, now that gets rid of that edge. That will quickly go right around and get rid of all of it. And there we have it. I've done all the way around. Now let's try this moon. If I remember right, we did this in the silver. Yes, we did, and I did a black strike across. And there's the moon. And again, we have just slight over. And again, we just use the emery board real quick. All the way around. That just takes that overflow off. And there we have it. Let's do this moon right here. Oh, that's the green one. Isn't that pretty? And again, we have the overflow. Alright, let's do these snowflakes. Let's see how those come out. Now that's a different story. Now I'm going to go in between and just pop out what went over the top so I can clear open these holes. Or you can use, let me see, no, that's not what I want. You can use a tool like this and go down in between and knock out. And what I'm knocking out is what hit in between right here. And then the overflow in between. These seem to be a little soft. I think that could be because my temperature dropped in my building last night. So they're probably not fully cured. I do live in Maine and the temperature did drop last night, and I don't heat my building unless I'm in it. But and there's the snowflake. Now let's get this star out. Oh, that's a snowflake too, but it's purple. And we just break off the overflow. Now we got to find something to use these in. Okay. I'm running out of small stuff. Got to get to the big stuff first. Next, I mean. And this one also has overflow. I think that's because I sprayed alcohol on it. And when you spray alcohol on something, it does add to the volume. So I think that's what happened. So I'm not going to keep cleaning every one of these. Just showing you the colors is what I did. So let's do this little one. A little star with the star burst. Now remember I did it in 3 different colors, but them are dark. But there it is. It's a cute little mold. And then I did 3 little raindrops in case I decided to use this in a project. Under my umbrella, I would have 3 little raindrops. And there they are. I got a little overflow there. There's the 3 little raindrops. Now let's see the umbrella. Now if you remember, I did 5. I just broke the umbrella, which can be put back together with UV. But this is the umbrella. This is how the umbrella come out. Now that can be fixed with UV resin, should I decide to use it. But this is the umbrella. Those are the colors. Now let's see if I can get this sun out without breaking it. Oh, and I broke the sun too. But and this can also be fixed with UV resin. Oh, throwing it at myself now. So this one goes over here. And this one goes over here. So let's set this up so you can see the full effect of the sun. There. And that's what it should look like when I didn't break the pieces. Now we got one last piece. And let's see if I can do this without breaking it. And there it is, and it has some spillover. That's from me doing the alcohol. But there it is. And we can just take our cuticle cutters and cut off the excess. Like so. And this is how we do it. Without breaking things. But that's how the colors have turned out. Well, this was to show you those different colors. However, I'm not quite sure the colors come out the best, because I may have mixed a few. But I was able to show you how to trim them. With an emery board and with cuticle cutters. So that does conclude this video for showing you these colors, even though I did manage to break a few. And that did stick right back together, but they may not be fully cured because my building did cool over the night. And I did leave them overnight, and it is the next day, but if any of you happen to get those colors from Temu, please do give them a try. And like I said, this does conclude my demonstration of these colors, and I thank you for joining me for this short video. And I hope anybody that does crafts, I hope they turn out amazing. Please do check out my eBay store that's linked in the description, as I am back to listing items. You all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.